It's good.
Good.
Lots of goodness.
Nice. So I'm gonna steal my coffee.
Okay, keep your own coffee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How we doing? What are we? Where are we? What's going on? What day is it? What
Happy
year is
New
it?
Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
so excited. It's 2019,
Hey,
man.
cheers to
Woo.
2019.
Cheers. Oh, I don't have anything.
You should have a beer.
Cheers, beer in the wheelbarrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow. Yeah, you give me a call and you're like, hey man, we gotta meet up, we gotta talk, we gotta get caught up, we gotta talk about 2018, 2019, and wasn't it a year ago, almost to the day, where we sat down and we said, okay, we gotta talk about 2017 and 2018.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
I just can't believe how the years have gone by and the
yeah.
all the awesomeness that's been created, and I can't believe we've been doing this. How do you feel about it?
Oh, it just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm so happy with all the new people that I've met over the last year.
Yeah.
Just some of the most fantastic builders and just great friends, and it's been like, thank you.
Tiny trucks.
People are sharing all their stuff. Actually, it's really cool. Two RC guys that we know.
Yep.
Have started 2 GCM Racing Facebook pages.
Yes, they have, haven't they?
So Randy's got one, and
Right.
there's 2 of them. One of them is just GCM Racing small R,
Yep.
and the other one is GCM Chassis.
Yeah.
So guys are going on there and
Crazy.
putting up their builds, and it is so cool. Videos of their trucks and stuff, and I just think it's a really fun. It's made like the whole Facebook media thing just super fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you go to an event every time you turn on the GCM Chassis page or the GCM Racing page, and it's like you scroll through and you're like, wow, look what he's doing. I don't know, I think that's so great.
Yeah,
That's like the media thing is really like taken off, I think, for sure. I mean, it's been taken off for years, but now it's just like exciting for me.
And for me, it's I find it humbling that someone would want to even create a GCM page in lieu of what we're doing, of course, right? So that's always a humbling and an exciting experience, for sure.
Yeah.
What else? What else is going on? We got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
We do. We have a ton of stuff.
Yeah. So sit in, get comfortable.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right.
Yeah.
Do we want to sort of recap the year and talk about some of the events that we went to and what we thought and some of the highlights?
Well, okay. Well, let's start with the team.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
2018. What happened with the team?
Didn't we acquire some new team members? I think that was sort of my highlight of the team dynamics.
I love our team.
Yeah, we have a pretty special team.
We do. It's like not. It's not driver of the year or any of this stuff, because we're all great drivers, so that's always great. And we have a lot of guys that do competition.
Yep.
Everybody is bonkers about scale building.
Yep.
And everybody is like full-blown GCM support. We have a team room page that we just talk about that.
Yep.
And we added this year probably my favorite Canadian designer.
Yeah, and that was something I really wanted to touch on and get into. And yeah, I mean, I'll let you introduce him, but that was a great friendship, and that developed quickly.
Yeah.
And a great person and addition to the team for sure.
Yeah.
So who are we talking about?
We're talking about Dion. He's on the West Coast. We had a chance to hang out and do some dinners and rock crawling and just fun.
Now, we went to, I mean, the years roll together. Did we go to BC this year or last year?
It was 2018.
Yeah, it was early 2018, right? April?
Canada's West Coast Canada, April.
And then we saw a few of the guys, including Dion, in Calgary, right?
Yeah.
So we've really gotten to know Dion and the West Coast crew quite well, and just some of the stuff that Dion's making and producing is.
Well, there's one right there.
Yeah. So why don't we pull this one up? I've seen his work. I've seen the 360, the AMC 360. This is a 454, and please, it's just beautiful.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, everything is a jigsaw. It all goes together
Yeah.
flawlessly.
Yeah.
Everything is printed in different colors. Even the fan belt. I mean, and then one of the things that I've noticed is he's given you a lot of ample room for wires and different size motors and so on and so forth. So he's really giving it a lot of thought. And
Yep.
I mean, you imagine putting that in an engine bay in one of your scale trucks. It's beautiful.
It's so incredible.
Yeah.
So, could not be happier that we have Dion designing on the team now. That is just...
So
Look at this thing.
This was sent to me earlier in the year to go with my work truck build.
Yeah.
My 2018 build, and I've shown it off before, but I just wanted to bring it back up. This is again something that's just spectacular. A really nice piece, a really nice add-on, and I just love this little wheelbarrow. So this resides with the work truck, and then of course the basement racing. We've got some diorama in our basement racing track, and this fits well in one of the sections too. So really, really nice piece. So I just wanted to, Dion, thank you. This is beautiful. Yeah, I couldn't say the quality of fit and finish is amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he makes everything. He makes all kinds of stuff now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's
So, even,
comedy,
Mr. Comedy.
Mr. Comedy,
And red toasters.
right.
Red toasters.
Where's your red toaster? It should be in the
I don't
box.
have a red toaster.
Oh, you didn't get one, did you?
No, I got deprived of the red toaster somewhere.
Mm.
So, hey, you're in the middle of a project. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so
Is this like, did you start this last year, or is this like the official 2019 build?
2019 build for sure. I've been starting it for about 3 months. I've had it in my possession for maybe about a month, and I'm picking away at it.
It's well on its way, whatever it is.
I'm really trying to get it together for a USTE, which I think I can. There are a few things that I need to get and acquire to finish the build. But USDE is always a special event, and it's a great opportunity to sort of, start our season. Correct?
Love it.
So this is a RC 4-wheel drive Blazer body, and I'm in the midst of putting it together. It should be a pretty special piece. You
gonna tell us why?
Yeah, it's gonna say it holds a special place in my heart now because of 2018 and some of the events. Thanks, Matt Lockwood. So, this body's been around for not a long time, but a couple years now. And so all of a sudden, why am I building this that's been around? First of all, it's beautiful. I love it. But I went to USTE, help me here.
East Coast Scale Challenge.
Thank you. East Coast Scale Challenge.
We did a few events this year.
Yeah, they roll into it.
Yeah.
We went there, and I think if the story goes, you had said to me before we left that Matt wanted to show us something, but he wouldn't tell us what it was.
I know, he was so amped too. He was just like, oh, I hope we have a couple extra hours.
Yeah.
We got to go and see this thing.
So we get there, and I don't think we said much or talked about it much. And of course, we got into our groove there, which is again year over year an incredible event. And so on like Saturday midday, Matt comes up to us. He's like, "I got a couple hours. Let's go. We're hopping in the caravan at that point. And let's go." And again, I didn't know where we were going. And so on we go, right? Yep. And I think the story started to develop as we were talking in the van, and it turned out that we went to a dealership, a used farm truck dealership, believe it or not, called Fireball Motors.
Yeah.
I suggest every one of you look him up, Joe Fire and Fireball Motors.
Yeah.
Because what he does is he gets Western United States trucks that are virtually rust-free, but well-used, but in great condition, and he ships them to Pennsylvania or Ohio, just on the border.
Yeah.
And he sells them at his dealership, and the trucks that he has is everything that's represented in what we do from Tiny Trucks. Like, they're all there in Tiny Trucks.
Yeah, it's like going to a full-size Tiny Truck event. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
It's like power wagons and every kind of pickup on earth of every kind of vintage and every kind of Jeep and every kind of Suburban, and just
all kinds of conditions, right? Like from nice to rough to everything in between.
Yeah.
It's like one of our gallery events 1-to-1, right? Like
it's like a full size, yeah, it's crazy.
And he must have had, what, 25, 35, 40 trucks on the lot?
That's only in the front.
That was only in the front.
There's like probably another 70 in the back.
Yeah. So, really unique experience. So we show up, and I think one of the reasons why we wanted to go was there was a quad MJ, was it?
Yeah, 4-door
MJ.
pickup Wagoneer.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to describe it any other way.
I think our JS scale folks, or some of them, one of them was doing one of those in 1/10 scale.
Yeah.
And so we sort of got onto this story of one that really existed in real life, so we wanted to go see it, and there it was, or that's the reason why we went, and then we saw all the other trucks, which were absolutely amazing.
Crazy.
Which got to the point where I'm walking around, and I see a red 76 Blazer.
Yeah.
In really good condition.
Yeah, really nice.
And 400 Cheyenne, full tilt, all options. And I'm walking around it going, wow, this thing's really speaking to me. Like, I really like this thing. So we sort of then wanted to, look at it.
We're trying to have conversation with Dana, and he's like zoned out. Like, I mean, no listening.
Yeah. It was a special
it was pretty
truck,
cool.
and it was really represented quite nice. It was from Oregon. It was in great condition and
not restored,
patina, the whole bit, but all there, rust free or 98% rust free.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around this, looking at this, and talking to you guys, and you guys are looking at it, and sure enough, I get home and I talk to my wife and I try to convince my wife to buy it, and she's like, I don't know. And anyways, for some reason the stars lined up. My wife allowed me to purchase it. And I bought a 1976 Chevy Blazer, which is almost, if not the exactly same style as this is.
It's the same thing, man. So amazing.
And so I haven't even gotten it yet. It's still in Pennsylvania or Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
And so this spring, there's a caravan or a whole bunch of us going down to see if we can pick it up and bring it back. So a really exciting moment for me, and the reason why I'm building this. So stay tuned to Instagram. Stay tuned to the channel, because this is all going to come together in the next couple of months. And then this summer, we got an opportunity to see the truck 1-to-1 and do some comparisons, some videos. So stay tuned. I am so excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm lucky and privileged, and thank you, Jennifer. That's my wife. For it.
Yes, all of YouTube thanks you, Jennifer.
yes. For those who are married and have kids, you completely understand that purchasing this is not necessarily a great idea. However, I did, and I'm very thankful.
A great idea, because it has a full back seat.
Yeah.
And cargo room for toddler strollers.
Absolutely.
And other fun things. So
yeah, and it's a convertible. So
it's a convertible.
Yeah, I can take the top off and enjoy our summer. So I'm really excited. So
yeah,
that there for me, and I'm sure the question will come out, like, what was your highlight for 2018? And I'd like to know your answer. But that was my highlight, to go to that event, to see all the tiny trucks, then for Matt to grab us, to go to Fireball Motors, to see all the trucks in 1-to-1, and then for me to be able to walk away with one of them. I mean, come on. Thank you. So that was definitely my highlight.
So amazing.
What were some, if not one, of your highlights for 2018?
So we did 2 new things in 2018 that I want to highlight, and they were both like slammed mid-north U.S.
Okay.
So Beat the Creek.
Yeah.
Just southeast of Cincinnati in Kentucky. Amazing! I had so much fun over there. I can't even contain how much fun I had. Fun and mud.
Yeah.
The clay /mud/death that is the Kentucky dirt I'll tell you what, man. When it rains, nothing I've ever seen beats that. Maybe there's a lot of places in America like that. I don't know. But we don't have that kind of stuff up here in the north. So
Right.
that was a unique experience. So much fun over there. I had so much fun. Kevin came with me from WTF, White Trash Fabrication. We had such a good time. And I just can't believe it. Going again in 2018. Must.
Yep.
Big highlight for me. And then the other... 2019.
Yep.
I'm all mixed up with this. I mean, it's only been a few days already since the calendar changed, but it's, I guarantee tomorrow I'm going to write all the checks wrong. So, and then we went to Team K&K.
And I was going to talk about that. Yeah, that was again.
What did you think of that?
You know, it was such a unique and big event.
But unique.
Really unique. Mike Kirby and family do such a great job with that. And we've certainly talked about it before, but it's worth talking about again or mentioning as it's certainly one of our highlights.
Yeah.
You know, lots of people, well organized,
Yeah.
well thought out, several classes to please everyone.
Yeah.
Really, really incredible. And then the people are so nice. And, you know, we have a relationship with Mike, so we sort of got into the inner circle and talked to them.
And Amberly, too.
Yeah, for sure. But
she's the nice one.
yeah, she's fantastic. And so we had that opportunity to go there, and I know that we had yet been there, and that was certainly a highlight for 2018 for us to get there. But a special note for me on a personal level with Mike is that we got to see part of his vintage RC collection, which was really nice. So again, another super highlight for me. So
really
thank you guys.
special.
It meant a lot to both of us.
Yeah.
To allow us in your home and to witness and see some of the things that you have when it comes to RC related, and the event, top notch.
Incredible.
Yeah, really.
For man-made courses, I mean, that was a 100% man-made course event. It went from field to whatever, 400 trucks or something. I don't know. It's an insane amount of vehicles. All of a sudden, like in a weekend, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
And wow, so well done. So well done.
One of the things that I found surprising was that, you know, if you want to be on the trail for a couple of hours or an hour or two, sometimes that trail can be quite long, just so that you can get that hour or two. But, you know, within the space of, you know, not a quarter of a football field, he created these incredible scale terrain trails. And I mean, how long were you on one trail for? Like
40 minutes.
40 minutes to an hour in a space that's, you know, tiny.
And that was just the one event.
Right.
There was like, I think there was 5 different events for that one class of vehicle.
So it really opened my eyes to, you don't necessarily need a trail that's 3 or 4 miles long to get that life or that you know, the hours behind the wheel.
Or the heart attack.
Oh,
right. Man, the pressure.
You just create a small environment with this cool scale, tricky lines and stuff like that, and it worked. It really worked well. So good job, guys.
So good. That was a big highlight for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And of course, USTE, of course, is a highlight. That's for me every year.
Yeah.
Not only because we get to go far south in the winter, which
that's nice.
I'm all for that.
Me too.
But of course, the event is on this huge property, so it's the exact opposite of what you see at K&K, right? You have,
which is nice, right? You
have
right?
miles of natural terrain, and everybody just goes, and there's like, if you're gonna find a traffic jam, I don't know how, because there's so many trails, so much terrain to cover, and then all the vendors and the fun and the people and the sun. So hey.
Gotta go to that. 3rd year running, and every year it's been fantastic and keeps growing and gets better and better and better. And if you've been there before, come again. And if you haven't been there, it's a must, because it's growing, and the participation from everyone when it comes to vendors and participants, for that matter, is really, really good. So
this year they're doing a whole bunch of teaching classes. So you can get into a teaching class for like styrene or electronics or, you know, all kinds of different things, and you actually come away with a finished project that you're going to make in class, or you're going to get like electronics tools to do soldering, to do lighting, you know what I mean? So wow, I mean that's a really cool plus. And there's 2 new gallery awards this year because they're introducing a whole bunch of vintage stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Of course. Yeah, there's some vintage builds out there now, right, for USDE, for sure. For sure. What's your vintage build?
I've got a Turbo Scorpion.
Right, you do, yes.
Don't you know?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And I won't say anything, Rob, but Rob's working on something super special for USTE, which I don't think you know about, but I'm not going to say anything. So yeah, I'm excited for the vintage builds and all the builds that show up. And you know, for vendors and that haven't been there, sign up, come. We've made relationships that have lasted now.
Yeah.
Because we've got to meet certain people, J.S. Gill, for example.
From France.
Yeah. So
coming again from France.
You know, if you're a big or a small or medium-sized vendor and you want to go to a place where you can shake hands and perhaps create a relationship to grow your business, that's another opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So this year I think they've got a bunch of big names coming down, and I like vintage. I like actually racing vintage buggies and monster trucks is just gonna blow my mind. Like I can barely wait to even do that or just watch and like laugh and giggle like I did when I was 10. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
It's such a nice fit for whatever event it is, whether it's tiny trucks or racing trucks or whatever, or cars. The vintage side, we've all come from there. The vintage side is such a nice opportunity for any event, and I'm glad that it's at USDE because that's where I came from, and I certainly want to see the builds that are going to show up.
Isn't it strange that we're like so old now that we're going back to vintage buggies? You know, buggies from when we were kids.
I love it, but I hate getting old. I absolutely hate getting old. So, but I certainly love the vintage stuff for sure.
Did you manage to stay up for New Year's?
No, I was in bed by
okay.
11, I think.
See, I stayed up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Might have killed me after.
But that's because your kids are now, what, 17 and 12?
Yeah, I know.
Mine's 2.5. He wipes me out.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
They're little kids.
But I love it.
They're little kids. Oh, let's talk about that.
Kids. Okay.
I think I don't remember a whole lot of kids at the Motorama U.S. Scale Trials Nationals. I don't remember too many kids there because I don't think I really paid much attention.
Right.
But every single event I think we went to this year, there were total whole families there. They bring all the kids. They camp. They stay. The kids drive. Whatever. There's kids classes for almost everything. Yeah. I mean, I think that's got to be made mention of because it's a big deal if you can bring your whole family to one of these things.
Yeah, I agree. There was certainly a lot of kids, and every year we see more and more of them showing up. So, you know, and our events are very much family oriented. So if you have children that are showing interest, or you want to send them on a vacation, come to one of our events or go to any of these events. This group, this niche of people is so welcoming. Yeah. And you know, my son William, it won't be long till he's
just taking over, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look out.
Cool. What else?
Oh man. So we spent a lot of the time in the fall here doing product development for 2019.
You did. And we did.
We did.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots going on.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for all the new stuff. We've got we're putting trucks into a new need in the marketplace for something that we call factory built, and that has taken up a considerable amount of energy here at the shop.
Yeah, hasn't it?
So I'm all for it because I love seeing smiles on faces when somebody gets a brand new truck chassis factory built. They open the box and they slide it out and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish somebody in that household would take pictures every time the box got opened. Hey, I just want to see that myself.
For sure.
Yeah. So we've been doing tons of different varieties, and of course, Delta chassis is the production for Delta is now done. It's in finishing. We will have those on the web store in another week, or by the time this video comes out, maybe. So check up gcmracing.ca for Delta stuff. That's the brand new one.
So if I'm new to the channel, what is a Delta chassis? Or if I'm just coming back to the channel, what does that mean?
So our C-Max chassis has 5 different front end suspensions available. From leaf springs to radius arms to links to coil shocks to coilovers. We've got all kinds of different suspension options for C-Max. The C-Max has a completely adjustable wheelbase. You can set the transmission position, you can move the servo mount, you can do all this adjustability so it'll fit into almost anything. Except, it's specifically geared towards scale truck builds, kind of from 10, I'm going to say 11 inches and up wheelbase. Okay, so 260, 270 millimeters and up. And you can go all the way to 350, 370, I think, almost.
And what would be a common body style of that size?
Well, the Blazer.
Yeah.
So you can put it on the Blazer. You can put it onto a TF2 kind of a body. That can also be done.
Yep.
It will fit on things like the JS Scale Range Rover that's just been released.
Yeah, isn't that a nice piece?
That's amazing. It fits onto a D110, on top of a D90, on top of a... I said Toyota Hilux. There's all kinds of... Yeah, I mean,
it's a C-Max. It can fit on top.
It's a C-Max. Like, the adjustability and the suspension options are second to none.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's nowhere that you can get a chassis with that kind of accuracy. So
and we might, saying this over and over again, but they've been on the market for a couple of years now, and people have pounded the crap out of them.
Yeah.
They love them. They love them.
There's no compromise between the scale or the adjustability and then the performance. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, there is a new chassis.
So what we wanted to do...
Yeah, why would we want to do that?
What we wanted to do is take the scale drivetrain that we've now been using in C-Max, Vitera, RC four-wheel drive, and Skeleton, and we wanted to add it to, and SCX-10, and we wanted to add it to a short wheelbase chassis.
That's
This is rare. Because a short wheelbase truck has a very compact space in the front. There's a very compact amount of parts. Tiny, tiny trucks. So, we have made the Delta chassis. There's one right here. And you guys can check out the video link right here.
If you want to have a second look.
Or down there in the comments for the Delta Samurai. That's beautiful. 10 inches wheelbase, 252. So Rob right now is building a Tamiya Lexan Bronco, which is 242, I think it is. It's even shorter wheelbase than this. And that's still full scale driveline, offset diffs, and all link suspension. I mean, this is a really, really tiny truck. But no compromise with the drivetrain.
No compromise.
That's the issue. So Delta is a brand new chassis that we've created for 2019 and on, and it has the same LRT2 transmission and transfer case combo that we've come to love. It uses appropriate sized shocks, springs, axle sets. The whole thing is made to work together, and it all actually fits with a scale motor in there and everything, and it's so completely jammed and compact. We wanted to make a chassis that was just for the tiny trucks.
And you've done it.
I don't know how we fit all that stuff in there. I really don't understand how we fit it all in, but we did.
It looks great. It looks great with the shocks and the realism of it. It looks really legit. And a comp based, right? Like a
So one of the things that I love to see, and Brian Pratt knows this better than anybody, I think, is tiny, tiny trucks, short wheelbase, in competition. You don't see that too often. You see a lot of these Jeeps and stuff. That's 10.7 inches wheelbase. I've comped Jeeps for how many years now? I don't know, 5 years.
Yeah.
So you can do it with those, and they're 10.7. When you get down into 10-inch wheelbases, Tamiya Wranglers, CJs, really tiny, tiny trucks, there just aren't very many options for a chassis that's scale and small and low to the ground and good looking that still performs, and so we designed one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've tapped into that CC01 body size, right?
Yep.
So for those who don't know the CC01, I'm sure you do, but the Tamiya-based CC01, which is, sort of a trail on-road chassis in my opinion.
It is. It's fast-geared and tub.
Right.
Yeah.
But they've put a lot of scale bodies on top of that chassis. Tamiya and the like.
And Loops RC and all kinds of other places.
Yeah, some really beautiful bodies.
Yeah.
And so now we have an opportunity to have a comped-based, realistic well-performing chassis, and that's what the Delta is, and that's I would say that's new for 2019 for sure.
It sure is. I mean, we'll have them available for sale in another couple of days, so it's coming to the end now. It's great.
Yeah.
All the development's been done. We currently have body mount sets for the Jeep 10.7. This is already on a Delta. This Hilux here, which is a Marlin body, and there's no mods. It's just a Marlin body plopped right on. The mounts are all available already for that. We have the complete Samurai mounts done, which is a JS Scale sold styrene build. It's a styrene handmade body. That's amazing. Really easy to modify and finish if you want to. So that's done. The Tamiya Bronco mounts are in process right now, which is going to match up to almost all of those little Tamiya bodies. Can you imagine? I can't wait.
And then Jeep has that Wrangler. Or Tamiya has that Wrangler body.
Tamiya's got that tiny Wrangler.
So it's so nice.
I mean, we're gonna try all of those to make sure that we can get a mount set that'll still fit on the Delta. But all of those are gonna turn into Class 1 legal, tiny little competition trucks.
The nice thing, the lineage that the Delta has is everything that, I don't know if you can see them, but everything in front of us, all the other chassis that have been produced in the past, every time we do something like that, we learn, we experience, we go to events, and so, we can take all of that heritage and put it into something like that and know right off the bat that this thing is going to be kick ass. So I'm excited.
It's so much fun to drive.
Yeah.
Actually, all three of them were fun to drive. My favorite, I think, was the Samurai because I wasn't expecting it to handle as well as it did for being so small. It's almost a square.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 252 millimeter wheelbase and it's almost 200 millimeters wide. So that usually doesn't lend itself to good trucking, but it was amazing. It was crazy fun, and I think it's great design.
I had a Blazer body, but the Lexan version, one of my first sort of tiny trucks, and I think it had shortened SEX1 rails on it.
Yeah.
It was kind of a short body.
It was a Proline.
That's right.
A Proline Blazer, Lexan Blazer.
Yeah, and it was short and small, and
Yep.
I really liked it because you could fit it and maneuver it in certain spots where either a long wheelbase wouldn't do it, or it really worked well. So getting into a slightly tinier truck, you're going to put that in places that you didn't necessarily think you could. So
It does. It goes all kinds of crazy places, and I really like the balance on the Samurai build. I think as far as competition goes, you're probably going to see more of this wheelbase setup on the Delta because not only are there quite a few bodies that are this size, for instance the Blazer, also this and many more, and it's going to be very, very easy to get nice hard bodies attached to this and still have a full-scale competition-based frame geometry. So, and we have no shock towers in the back.
Wow. And you have
so
a full
flatbed.
Yeah.
Flatbed.
Perfect.
No compromise in the back.
That's so nice.
So very excited about that. Really looking forward to seeing how Delta performs and see all the different builds that come out with that in 2019.
Yeah, so look forward to that in 2019. Lots of stuff coming out. I'll probably have sort of a mid-build of a Delta chassis that I'd like to work on. So it's all coming. It's all coming.
We got to get you back into that Class 1 competition style.
Yeah,
stuff,
for
right?
sure. Yeah. Well, let's get something together. So 2019, what does 2019 look for us when it comes to events and traveling and so on and so forth?
Well, right now it starts in February with Motorama.
Yep.
I'm going to try to make it to Motorama. I might actually end up driving by a couple days too early because I have to get down to USTE early to get myself set up and help out at the event site. So for our booth and all that stuff. And then you're coming in on the plane, I think, right?
Yep.
So USTE is the 23, 4, 5 of February, something like that. It's the very end of February. March is off.
Okay.
That's great. Up here it's cold.
Yeah, it's miserable.
And it's March.
Yeah.
So March break, spring break for everybody.
Yeah.
Family stuff usually.
Yeah.
And then April, there's always a kickoff from different places all over the place. I'm hoping to get down to one of the New York Scalers events there.
We haven't
They've
been
got
out
a
that way
Facebook
much,
group. No, I want to get down to visit those New York Scaler guys. So maybe we'll pop in there in April or something.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like that. Yeah.
Be fun.
Yep.
I always go to the full-size Bronco Festival in Tennessee in April,
yeah.
so that's middle of the month for me.
Yeah, that's great.
Beginning of May, Beat the Creek
Beat the Creek, eh?
in Kentucky. Beginning
So
of
good.
May, awesome.
So
Can't
good.
wait. Beginning of June is sometime in May is Proline by the Fire.
Oh yeah.
It has been in May, and I haven't been able to look today, and I couldn't find out
find it.
when the dates were for Proline by the Fire. But that event is definitely on the rise, and I want to check it out. It's a hot item.
That's terrible.
And then, of course, the beginning of June, first weekend in June is Team KNK.
Yeah.
Is it number 6 or 7 or something? Or I don't know. Anyway, they've been doing that for years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so great. Can't wait to see that again. That'll be
Yep.
so much fun.
Yep.
Middle of June, we have Recon G6 up here in Canada in Peterborough again.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do a tiny truck trail for Recon this year, so that's a bit of an addition.
Yep.
Yeah, excited about that.
Come to that event. If for those
Yep.
on the other side of the border, U.S. side,
Yeah.
come to Canada, visit.
Couple hours over the New York border.
Come, go to Toronto. That's a big city. You can see some cool stuff. Come see us here in near Ottawa. We can
Yeah.
show you around. You can see the place, whatever. But come to that event. It's a really cool event.
Yep.
And
Fun.
it's on our side of the world. So come on down.
There's camping on site.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can just come and plug in your trailer or whatever
Yeah.
and stay for the weekend. It's great. That brings us into July.
Mm-hmm.
We are going west again to West Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking sometime middle of July we are going to be in West Canada. And all of that is still kind of up in the air, but the good news is there's so much opportunity out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll
Isn't
be
that
able
the
to
truth?
meet up with some people and have a really friggin' good time. I mean, it's Tiny Trucks. It has to be a great time.
Mm-hmm. It always is.
End of July, my family was invited to a family outdoors camp and crawl kind of thing
Oh, okay. Okay.
up at a lake in Ontario.
Okay.
So you should come to that.
Yeah, I should probably come to that.
Yeah, you bring the family tent and
Yeah.
drive trucks, do fishing, canoeing, whatever.
Drive the Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
bring the Blazer.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect
It's
thing.
the perfect camping vehicle.
It's a perfect family vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
4x4.
That'll be. Where is it?
It's not far from here.
Okay.
Yeah, a few hours from here.
Okay. Perfect.
So I want to go to that end of July.
Mm-hmm.
We do some family holidays at the beginning of August every year, so that'll be fun.
Mhm.
And then, of course, at the end of August is East Coast Scale Challenge.
Amazing.
That's in
And
Western PA.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Eastern PA.
Yeah.
Western PA.
Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Western PA.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it right one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the Ohio border. Then we get into September, when I think we're going to do another GCM event in September. It'll be an Ontario event for the local crew.
Okay.
We're already started planning and talking about that with Dana and Lloyd and all the fellows down there.
Oh, right.
So that should be some fun down there.
Yeah.
Probably expedition style.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something different. I don't know, team or something.
Sure.
That's long trail scale stuff.
Yep. Amazing.
Amazing.
Mhm.
And then we have, I think October. There's going to be another GCM event in Carolinas someplace. And beginning of November,
Wow.
we have a brand new opportunity to get to another GCM event in the South U.S.
Yeah, we
So that
talked
will
about
be
that one. Eh?
Georgia, Alabama,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Somewhere
We've got
around there.
some options down there already for that.
Yeah.
So that's in the planning stages, and guess what?
Another busy year.
Brings us all the way around, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey.
Another crazy year. Amazing.
Isn't that wild?
It's just amazing. It's amazing. I'm so elated and happy and thrilled that we get to go to these places and
Crazy.
see these tour, and have fun and bring all our trucks. Of
Yeah.
course, our traveling arrangements for 2019 have changed ever so slightly.
Yeah.
We get to travel in style.
Well, yeah, and eat a sandwich.
Sandwich.
So-
Can you go to the washroom in that while it's running? Or
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. When you do, though, I'll jam on the brakes.
We did a video in the new GCM RV. And so that's very new for us, and we're excited to hit the road with that. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And I was telling Chris that I think I traveled once in an RV when I was 13 years old. I don't remember. So I'm actually quite excited to run around the back of the RV. Or do something. I don't know.
That's funny.
Just be a kid for 5 minutes in the back of the RV.
That's
sit in all the chairs. That kind of stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It will be.
Yeah.
So look for us in an RV. It's a '99, so it's modern enough to, I think, make us comfortable, and it should get us around.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty excited.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm happy about that, actually, because at places like Beat the Creek and stuff, you have to tent. There's so many of these places that we go to where the accommodations are either hotel off-site, or camping on-site.
Right.
And it just opens up a whole bunch of doors for us to stay around and be able to hang out with the people a little more and stuff, and I enjoy that so much.
And if you want to tune a truck or work on a truck,
Yeah.
you've got opportunities there too, and some dry shelter, so that's nice.
Yeah, it'll be good.
For sure.
Yep.
Cool.
Lots of sandwiches.
Lots of sandwiches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chassis in front of us, and I don't know if you can probably just see the remnants or the tops of the chassis. But
you want to go over those quick?
Yeah, we should. I mean, they look amazing sitting in front of me. People should see these.
So, this is a leaf spring. You can check out Instagram. We're starting to unload these on Instagram, different pictures of these, and you'll find them too on the very first section of gcmracing.ca. There's lots of pictures and videos and stuff there. So this is a full leaf chassis C-Max. That would go really well under your Blazer.
Yeah, it would. Perfect. Bingo, bango.
Boom.
Look at that.
I mean, that's made to fit.
Yep.
So you should bring that home and get going on it.
I should.
This is our LC70 chassis, so it's actually got an authentic radius arm front end. And that's new in the world of RC. And appropriate rubber grommet bushings and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's the real thing, right? Coil suspension and
look at those.
Machined aluminum I-beam
those
radius arms and leaf spring rear. So that's for an LC70. That setup is really common. I've seen that used on lots of other stuff too, that particular chassis setup. But it's made for the 70. This is our James Duff radius arms here on the authentic Ford front end. So we use this on the C-Max Broncos. This can be used on F-150s, 250s, all those. Leaf spring rear, of course. So
gorgeous.
That's a really fantastic Ford setup right there.
Yep.
This is what we use for our XJ builds. It's a leaf rear again, but it's got a linked front end with a split coil and shock. Typical sort of XJ Jeep, MJ Jeep setup. Also really popular in lots of other vehicles.
Yeah.
I've seen that used in a bunch of different builds now. So, sweet wheelbarrow, just saying. This is our Defender setup. So this has a Defender radius arm front end, as per Defenders. And of course a split coil and shock rear end with the Toyota style of axle housings under it. Thanks to Bauhaus RC and
go ahead.
The Range Rover from JS Scale.
Thank you.
Is almost the same as this, only our Range Rover axle set is a little different. We changed the axle set slightly to better match the Rover body style.
Maybe before we leave that, that's such a nice piece, eh? So that's brand new from JS Scale. That Rover is just beautiful. And I've seen some of the builds on the other side of the ocean, and I'm telling you though, what a nice build. So nice body. I'm glad it came out of the market, and you'll probably start to see more and more of those, and well deserved.
Here too.
Yeah.
If I ever get some time, I'll finish it up, and then we'll have it mounted and drive it around. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
This is our typical skeleton TMX,
factory
built. This, of course, is a dead ringer match for these Jeep bodies. The skeleton chassis was designed around those. They also work good in Hiluxes, Defenders, all kinds of other stuff. I've got some pretty cool plans and some bodies that I've been saving in my body bucket just for one of these. So I'm going to build a comp truck out of one of these.
Nice.
Very excited. And that's got the 3-gear typical axial style transmission in it. And then of course this is skeleton 2.
Scale driveline.
Which has the same chassis, only now full scale driveline. So TMX axles again, and overdrive front transfer case, and all that goodies, and it fits directly into that Jeep, of course. So pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So lots going on. 2018 was a great year for us.
Crazy.
Thank you to the Tiny Truck community. We loved every minute of it.
Yep.
We had such a great time traveling.
Yep.
Really looking forward to 2019 and beyond, for sure. So
wow.
It's been amazing. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've done this video over and over this time of year for the last couple of years, if not longer. It's been quite a ride, and we're having a great time.
Oh man. Seriously, you just think through all the stuff that's been going on in RC, and there's new boom racing chassis that's coming out.
Oh, isn't that nice, eh?
The BRX chassis coming out, and they made that for their 70 with a 70 body kit.
Yep.
There's the VS410 came out this year.
Yep.
From Vanquish.
Oh yeah.
Amazing,
yeah.
competition ready, all in a box, boom. Incredible truck. TRX4s just keep growing.
Yeah.
They got the Sport out now with no electronics, no gizmos on it.
Yep.
And I like gizmos, but that's no gizmos on the Sport.
Right.
Bunch of just so much new stuff.
All kinds of 3D printed motors are out there now available for you guys. So there's just so many options available. Some of the media side of things that either we've been doing or I've witnessed in the RC community, one of the ones I really enjoyed was Harley and Matt doing the deadbolt.
That was fun.
Wasn't that hilarious?
The fastest deadbolt.
Yeah, like trying to get them going 60 miles an hour. Or something like that.
That's crazy.
If you haven't seen that series of videos, please give it a watch.
I'll link it below in the
It's
description.
so great, funny, enjoyable.
Yeah.
A lot of skill went into getting those things to go. And I have a subscription to RC Car Action.
Yeah.
And Matt Kett was in that with his deadbolt, and it's a great read, and it's a great series of videos. So please, if you're going to take anything from 2018 in any of the media, that one is a must-watch, because I really enjoyed that.
That was a fun series.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was really
and
good.
thank you so much to you two guys for even thinking of putting that on.
And I think they're going to keep, they call it like the monthly mayhem or something to
Yeah,
that effect.
yeah.
So I'm sure there are other things that are brewing that are coming that way.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But that's going to segue into a couple of builds that I really appreciated this year too. Was if we're talking about Matt, was that Steam 7.8 Loco Steam
Loco Hawk. Steam powered 6x6 Jeep.
we got to see it in person. We're lucky, thank you.
Yeah.
And honored. But that thing was just like the craftsmanship and the building and the thought into it was.
It's model building, eh?
Yeah, pretty special.
Yeah.
That was a special build for 2018 for sure. I mean, there are so many.
Yeah.
So many, but that was definitely a highlight to see for sure.
And Richard made the 10-foot long Suburban.
Oh yes, I mean
I think he used like 9 of these Blazer bodies or something.
He's making another one too for someone.
Yeah, he just made another one. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that I saw that at
so nice.
US. No, where did I see that? I saw it at some point this year at one of the events, and it's super nice. I mean, talk about talented.
This is not the end.
No.
You could actually modify the bejesus out of this thing.
Yeah,
just
for
saying.
sure. Yeah. We also got another team driver on the hook, eh? One of the probably one of the most talented builders, monster trucks. God, that guy loves monster trucks.
Oh, there's two new.
Yeah. So, and he's got a whole bunch of cool stuff, and he's come on, and he's such a great person to talk to, and we've seen him at a few events. But you should introduce him. And
speaking of seeing the potential in something.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
So, if you guys know anything about old RC, like scale trucking from the days gone by,
right.
I'm sure you know about Mike Lohman.
Mm-hmm.
He's an absolute Toyota freak.
Amazing.
He's been building some of the most incredible scale trucks since before scale trucking was even a thing.
Yeah.
and you know, chop and mop TLT axles and make your own frames, and just like from way back.
Oof.
You know.
Yeah.
And he's been such a fun addition to our team this year.
So great, and and he's actually taken some of our wins before he was a team driver. Best of shows and so on.
He did too.
He did a 4-door Hilux. It was green forestry or something to that effect. I'm not sure what it was, but it was just
won a
unbelievable.
whole bunch of stuff with that thing already.
And he's got a display case that is museum quality of all of his builds.
Well, he's a vintage guy too, right? He collects clodbusters and stuff like that.
Great,
just trucks that you can't find anymore.
Yeah, great guy. So he's someone I look up to, someone who's pretty special with his builds and his talent, and a lot of the vintage stuff too. That's a really cool thing for sure.
And our other new team driver addition is Teddy RC.
Teddy RC, I think he's the newest, is he not?
He is the newest.
He is the newest. He's across the pond.
He's no stranger to GCM, no stranger to the media channels either. You've probably seen his now famous orange Bronco, early Bronco that he made. He did a lot of handcraft and stuff on that, and he is now a functioning part of JS Scale in France.
That's right.
And he's been added to the GCM team as well.
Amazing.
An incredible product developer, amazing model builder. So, I mean, we have it made. Like Team GCM is like, seriously.
We definitely. I mean,
the top shelf people from everywhere.
We're pretty lucky to have created those relationships over the years, and then to be part of our team is even better. There is lots of talent out there. People, but certainly what we've created adds to that community, and we're just happy to have those people involved with us. But yeah, Teddy, I've seen his work. He's come across the pond a few times now, and I've seen that orange Bronco. It's unbelievable. A very talented person, and you know, coming from across the ocean and France and so on, and you know, he brings a certain element to his builds that we don't necessarily see all the time. And so he's got a really unique look and feel to his builds that are, top echelon of builders out there for sure.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have a lot of inspiration that came from 2018 to push us into 2019. Stuff like this. And the full-size counterpart. Definitely, I've gotten to build some of the most tiny trucks I have ever built. The little Samurai that I did at the end of 2018. Very excited to have some more tiny trucks coming up in 2019. So Delta is going to inspire me to do a whole bunch of tiny little trucks. And I'm excited.
Me too.
I mean, new events, visit some new places, see some new friends.
And with every year, there's new builds too, right? So, you know, I'm excited for some of my 2019 builds that are going to happen. What are you guys building for 2019? What are you prepping for 2019? What are you guys interested in? I'd love to see them in the comments or pictures or what have you. What's going on for you guys in 2019? Now you know what we're doing. What are you guys doing?
And if you don't know what these events are that we're talking about, take a look in the list below in the description, or ask a question in the comments. We read them all. And we'll link you to the right place the best we can. And there's got to be something near you that you can go to and network with some of the local scale builders around you.
Yeah.
They're there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we found this guy.
Didn't I find you, though?
In this little town. In this little tiny town, we somehow found each other in a parking lot.
Crazy, though, right?
And we're both just scale trucking nerds, in the same tiny town, and you would have never known. So
born in the same year. I mean, brother from another mother, for sure.
It's
definitely.
Great.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Here we go. 2019, bring it on.
Here it is.
Thank you, everyone, for 2018.
Happy New Year to all of you, and we look forward to bringing you a whole bunch of new content this year with our builds, with our tips and tricks and events and updates, and please do send your stuff down in the comments. I know YouTube will flag your own YouTube channel. If you link your channel to us, it will put it in the spam, and I'll just take it back out so everybody can see your stuff.
Cool.
So don't worry about that little error that they always do for us, but we will be sure to watch your videos. We love seeing your builds. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram for GCM Racing. And thanks for watching.